for the first couple of slides, what I was going to show you guys was my trading statistics over the last 30 days. So what I've been doing is I took a funding challenge. Do you guys know what the funding challenges are? Have you followed any of that? Yeah. So everybody's familiar with my Forex funds and all that stuff?
Yeah, I was curious. I was meaning to ask you why you decided my Forex funds
over FTMO. Yeah.
So like FTMO is just like what everybody's going for.
100%, and like they're both, I think, good companies. I think you have to look like FTMO has been around for a long time. They like when I got into trading 6 years ago, they were there, but everybody was saying that they were like a scam. Like nobody thought it was legit. But I've realized over time that the reason for that is because most people can't trade. I'm going to show you some statistics today that are going to blow your fucking mind. Like, and it's I hope not discouraging. I hope it's motivating, because for me it's motivating because I'm standing in front of you as a part of a very small percentage of the statistic. So if I can do it, I really think you guys can too. I really, really believe that. And I believe it has something to do with the systems, because I think we have a very detailed trading system, and I think that that's a byproduct of my studying other successful traders. I did not invent the idea of having a successful trading system, but I did make our own with the A1, the D1, and the D2, and over time. Do you think I had the risk management rules when I first made the system that we have now? No. You think we had as precise of a system today compared to when we started? No. You know what I mean? It's almost perfect today. So for just, I guess, continuity purposes, to make me feel like I should be in front of you guys, which I appreciate you guys coming and flying and making this happen. This is just the last 30 days. So I've finished now up about 2.9% on the account. So I'm going to take my first withdrawal from them because I want to see if I get paid out. And I should get paid out because James has been paid out, and I know a bunch of guys that have been paid out, but I want to see for myself. So to just look at the equity curve, you can see off the jump, I actually was down on the account initially. And staying focused, you just kind of claw yourself back. And you can see not too many down days. Like here's a down period, here's a down, but it's quickly recovered, right? Beyond that, you'll see I'm winning 60% of my trades. You can see 30 days, the total return, 82% Bitcoin.
Wow.
A lot of Bitcoin. So that's why I'm showing you this before we talk about that, because I'm trading a lot of crypto. This GBP NZD, which is probably like 6 or 7% of all my trades, it was actually a losing trade. I had a couple of positions on it, lost it. The Euro USD was a winning Forex trade. So my Forex trades over the last 30 days, I'm like 50-50 on. You know what I'm saying? Which is interesting. And I think there's a reason for that, and we'll get into that with this, which is just the time of year that we're going through. Forex traditionally is slowest in December and January. So we're coming out of it now, but it was very slow. And it's always based on back testing, we can actually prove that. So when you go and you look for an entry, let's say we're looking for the A1 entry, you'll find way more A1 entries in May or April than you would in December or January. Two Januaries ago, maybe 3 Januaries ago, there was 4 A1 entries the whole month that we could find. And like I was not the only one looking for them. It was me, Jerome, like a bunch of us doing backtesting couldn't find it because you have choppier markets. And that's what's pushed me over to Bitcoin. And then the last one I'll show you, because I think this one's important too. Average winner, slightly bigger than my average loser. That's the statistic that I'm most focused on. Now, because I piece out of my trades, I'm thinking that kind of skews the numbers here, because like think about it, I'm not closing the trade at full profit, I'm closing it for like half of its profit, and that ends up kind of, I think, potentially messing with this statistic. But either way, I look at this and I want to try to always make sure that is bigger than that, because I'm winning at 60. The previous 30 days I was winning at 70%, so I like to say I win 6 to 7 out of every 10 trades. As long as they stay relatively close together, I'm going to be profitable. And I think it's because of this. If you look, these are win streaks. So this is a 1 win streak, and this is how many times it's happened. So I've had a 1 trade win streak 4 times, a 2 trade win streak 4 times. This would be like a 12 win streak, only once, right? But look at my red. I will have 5 consecutive negative losses, and that's only happened 3 times. I'll have 2 consecutive losses, that's happened 6 times, but that's as big as I let it get. So not only keeping the losses small, but not having crazy long losing streaks, I think is a big factor in it. So now that I validated myself and stroked myself for you guys, we can move past that. We'll get into the other markups in a second, but I did want to show it because I feel like you said, a lot of these other traders, they just talk about trading, they don't have anything to show for it. I'm showing what I'm doing.
And I think you were saying that a lot of these, by the way, are they called prop desks, or what are they?
Funding companies. We'll talk about the difference too.
Okay. A lot of these funding companies, they make a good portion of their money off the people that pay for the challenge and then fail. Define
a good portion, because you're underestimating how much money it is. It's
really?
All of their money.
Wow.
Let me just show you these statistics really quick. Check this out. So if you go to their website, And if you're not using DuckDuckGo, everybody, get on the DuckDuckGo.
Start page.
Same thing. Anything to protect yourself and get actual informations. They had an article.
Fun fact about DuckDuckGo, I guess it's more about Firefox, but if you use the Firefox browser,
Yeah.
you can, whenever you're searching something, if you don't have DuckDuckGo, you can say search with DuckDuckGo.
There you go. That's sick too. I love that.
I'll one up you.
Uh-oh.
Stop using Firefox.
Yeah.
Start using Brave.
Brave is good too.
Different browser.
Mhm.
It's based on the Chrome engine. So you have all the accessibility of the different Chrome Store plugins.
It's the same as DuckDuckGo is running on Chrome right now.
Yeah.
It's a plugin on top of Chrome, so it's super easy. The only annoying thing is I have to use my DuckDuckGo app, not Google, on the phone. DuckDuckGo looks the same, but you got to get used to clicking the DuckDuckGo, not the Google.
Yeah.
Because like, think about it. This is what fucked me. I'm talking to my friends all the time, and I'm the guy that like, I got to get the data. We're talking about something. How many million years ago did this happen, or whatever? I'm gonna Google it. But what if Google's telling me? I mean, I'm not saying Google's. I don't want to insult her, but I'm just saying, what if she's giving me something that somebody paid to be at the top for?
Yeah.
That's all. No beef on Google. They got to make money. But what if someone paid to be there? So yeah. Long story short, we'll come back to that later. So this is from my Forex funds. This is on their website. It's in their blog. It's called Stats Are Back. So they show you October and November. October is right above, but let's just look at November. And the reason they're looking at November is because when you see at the bottom here, and they're going to look at how many people pass phase 2, this is posted 60 to 70 days after these people sign up. So they can see how many of them actually pass the challenges. So the way the challenges work, first 30 days, you got to make 8%. That was one of the main reasons why I went with my Forex funds, not FTMO. 8% versus 10%. Just 2% less, it's easier. Can't argue with that, it's less money. So the way that they play this out, 5,700, let's just round numbers, 5,700 people signed up in November. We'll look at these statistics in a second. Of the people, of that 5,718, 10% of them, which is only 570 people, pass phase 1. So they make 8% within 30 days, no violations. So now we just slimmed it down to 571, but I'm gonna get more slim, bro. Hold on. Now, of the 571, 24% passed phase 2, which is easier. It's 5% in 60 days. We'll get to the reason for this in a second. Just follow these statistics. So now we're taking 5.7, I'll do the exact numbers on here, times 10%, 571. Take the 571, now we'll do 24% of that.
130.
137.
Yeah.
Yep. So now 137 people have now gotten their live account, like I did 30 days ago. Okay? Now, within that 137, 3% of them lasted 30 days, didn't violate, blow the account, get greedy, and fuck it up. So now what are we looking at? 0.3%. 4 people out of 5,700.
Wow.
Holy shit is right, bro.
And those 5,718 people paid $400 to take
Somewhere in the range of 400, because when you go to do their challenges, they have different challenges up here. Like if you look, I'm doing their evaluation, which is the most traditional like trading account that they offer. It's not one of these other weird ones. So you can either buy a 10,000 to a 200,000, and that'll cost you between like $84 and $979. So all those 5,700 people paid somewhere in the range of $100 to $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, once you pass,
Yes.
how much do you have to pay to upgrade?
So this, you get a discount. So like I'm going to take a 200K challenge next, and I'll explain why. Instead of me paying $979, I think I pay like $870, like $100 off. So I'm still going to have to pay, but I wanted to get my first payout from them before I went and gave them more money.
So if you, and they do up to 600,000. So you technically have 3 $200,000 accounts.
So you can do that if you want to use a trade copier. If you read their fine print, the way that it works is you can have 600K total, but that has to be between 2 300K accounts. So I'm just going to get to 300K and stop, and then trade with that and make some money with them, because I don't have a trade copier with a Mac. I run everything off Mac. There is a trade copier that James uses that works, but it's PC only. It's interesting.
And I'm assuming a trade copier just allows you to make one trade on one system.
And it appropriately sizes it on other accounts. Exactly, based on percentage risk. Yeah.
And that's that can work with
live account, demo account, multiple exchanges, all that. Yeah, it's very cool, but I don't have access to it. If you have a Mac, we won't be able to use it, if that makes sense. So back to the statistics really quick.
By the way, a real simple way to run Windows on a Mac, pair Parallels.
That's what I used to use, yeah. But now that they made MT4 for Mac, I deleted Parallels, canceled my subscription, and it just used the MT4. Because I was slowing my computer down running the whole Windows thing. It does slow it down a little bit. But just to look at this, October, they had only 3,500 new accounts, 18% passed phase one. Let's just do it because I'm curious to know.
That's a higher amount.
3544 times 18%, 637. 31% of these people get to phase two. Now we're down to 197, and then 4% get their first profit split. So I just put in, 7 people out of that. It's very difficult, but I'm standing here in front of you. I just emailed them for my first withdrawal. So I'm one of the 4 of 5,000. So if I can do it, and I dropped out of college, like there's no reason that anyone else can't accomplish it. But let's talk about why are these people failing? What do you guys think are some of the reasons?
They don't have systems. They're just kind of winging it.
That's number one.
They're just
No
watching
system.
YouTube videos and
Okay, what else?
that data.
Greed. Be specific with that word though. Because greed can show in so many different ways. Not that I hate when people say that, but like specifically, where does the greed show, do you think, that causes these people? Because I'm going to show you it in a second. I'm making a point. But see if anybody can get it. What else? Greed. What about the greed? Over trading? You're greedy, you just want to make more money, so you're over trading?
Correct.
That's a good one. What were you going to say, Tyler?
People want to be right and then kind of like make something up that's not there.
Bro, that is
You'll see some
that
shit
is
that's
everything, bro. Ego is you just throw the fucking ego in the water and fucking drown it, bro. Look at
Throw emotions in with ego.
No, emotions are good, bro.
Yeah.
This is a good conversation. This is where reading from other successful traders has taught me a lot. I used to think you want to get rid of the emotions, and now I've learned over time you actually want to use emotions as trigger signals, bro. They're triggering you to feel a certain way, and with, I think, meditation and mindfulness, you can actually understand that the feelings and thoughts that we have. I think thoughts are first. Feelings are a little bit more difficult with this. But when you understand that thoughts are not you, they are just happening to you and you don't have to hold on to them, you can apply that same logic to feelings and emotions. So when you feel FOMO, I was talking to a guy who just signed up for the Black Shirt Club yesterday, and he said his biggest issue is FOMO. He's like, I always am entering trades late. What we're going to do with him is reprogram. Every time he feels whatever that feeling is, we're going to sit there. Riley's actually helping me learn how to do this with some people, where you make them sit, close their eyes, recreate the feeling. We can reprogram how their brain reacts to it. For one of the guys, not to blast all their business, in the Black Shirt Club, got a funded account like I did. His name is Steven, and he's paying me $1,000 a month for the coaching to trade with me every day, and blew the funded account within a day. But why? Because he couldn't stop himself here with the overtrading, so he's position sizing into trades, not following his edge. Of course, he's off the system, but more importantly than that, he's moving his stop loss. He wants to be right more than he wants to pull himself off and let that emotion trigger him to leave the desk rather than keep trading. See what I'm saying? So you can use them as triggers, but we can go into that more later. Let me finish this point. Check out these statistics. 60% of traders in our database do not use a stop loss and have a high risk of ruin. 6 out of 10 traders are just clicking buttons and not using a stop loss. No risk point.
It's amazing they're giving all this data away.
Of course, bro. It's motivating.
Yeah.
The traders who have made it to their 4th pay cycle all have risk management strategy of below 3% risk on any day, not on a trade. On any day, they're never putting more than 3% of the total account at risk. If you go back to my statistics, the best thing about my statistics, peak drawdown, 0.6%, not even a full percent.
What is peak drawdown mean?
It means the most that my account has gone against its original starting balance.
In one single day?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So no stop loss. So like I just made a video about this. You guys are not going to need to watch it because you'll see it on YouTube and you'll be like, I already heard this in person. But like, think about it. If you study these statistics, you can actually figure out what to do. Just be a part of what they're saying people are doing. Just do the opposite. So we're not going to read all of them. Just notice profitable traders are in the market less than 4 hours a day. Traders who hold their trades over the weekend, 60% chance of failing. This is the craziest fucking statistic. There are 5 traders who are on their 8th payout. 5 people have been able to make it 8 months. Not necessarily profitable. 8 months of not making a mistake to give back the account, meaning hit their max daily drawdown limit, overtrade and hit the overall loss limit. There's certain rules that you have to stay above. 5 people have made it 8 months. They have 46,000 people in their Discord chat, and 5 people made it 8 months. Consecutively.
Over how many years have they been open?
2.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe 3. Crazy. And then All of them are conversely, none of them risk more than 2% per trading day, have reached, now this is interesting, when they reach 4 to 8% profit, they stop trading and then they get paid out every 30 days. I'm up about 3%, so I'm a little bit under that, but I was also trading this over New Year's, which has been slow, and now look where I'm getting my profit. So I'm like in line with these statistics, which is interesting. And then there was one other thing. All the traders who have received record payouts, so they get a big payout, more than they've ever been paid out before, within 3 weeks, lose the account. You get a little bit of money, you get 20 grand from them, 10 grand, you're like, fuck yeah, I'm a trader, bro. You think you're gonna trade well the next week, you come in and you just let that ego flex, bro, and it just kills you. It just crushes you. So trading is a very important balance that we have to walk with. We wanna move forward, we wanna make money, but we don't wanna ride that high horse. Because a lot of these issues are from riding your ego. You think you're better than you really are.